Hi, I'm Stephen Downs. I'm a researcher. I specialize in online learning and new instructional media. I work with the National Research Council of Canada in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I was in Edmonton, Alberta. I was studying for a PhD and I was president of the Graduate Students Association. And we were trying to open up access to education. We were a fairly activist organization working to reduce tuition fees and to improve conditions for international students at the U of A campus. I grew up at a time when our heroes were explorers, scientists, discoverers, people like Neil Armstrong, people like Albert Einstein, even people like Carl Sagan. And that was always the sort of person that I wanted to be. Somebody who created, who discovered, who forged new frontiers, who saw new horizons. And I think working in modern technology as a researcher, I've been able to do that. So I've been very. Too many people around the world are not able to access an education. It's too expensive. They can't afford the time. They can't get to the place where education is offered. Over the years, I've been working toward online learning as a way to address this, as a way to lower the cost, as a way to eliminate the barriers to entry. But in that time, what I've seen is online learning is becoming centralized. It's becoming commercialized, it's becoming more expensive, and it's not solving the problem of access. So to break down this barrier, to break down this wall, preventing people from accessing the learning of their choice at their own time and in their own place, I'm developing a decentralized system to make education something that people can create and share among each other rather than something that they have to go to a publisher or a provider to access. The concept of distributed learning technology is to take all of the elements of a course, modules, tests, people, instructors, resources, and put them into a large connected graph. The elements in this graph can be located anywhere on the internet, and what makes the course a course is the way you link them all together and provide access from one to the other to the other. The technology behind this draws on things like blockchain technology, it draws on things like content addressing in order to create a secure, dynamic course network. And what makes it innovative is that anybody can add to it, anybody can access it, it becomes something dynamic and changing that everybody can use. Distributed learning technology allows us to work toward a system of society and learning where each person is able to rise to his or her fullest potential without social or financial encumbrance. It's a society where knowledge and learning are public goods, freely created and freely shared, not hoarded or withheld in order to extract wealth or influence. It's the reason why I work for the public service rather than a private company. And as my mother would say, it's a way that we're able to share in building society for all of us together. That was something that was always very important to her and is important to me. For me, the biggest question is, how do we get from there to here? How do we get to a world where people can use their access to learning resources to create the education they want for themselves, rather than having to depend on schools, colleges, and other institutions, or even commercial providers? We've invested so much in the traditional system, and we can't afford to get this transition wrong. We have to preserve what we value in education while at the same time making it something that people can create and control for themselves.